Hey guys, David here. Welcome to Digital Outlook, where you're gonna find the best community in all of crypto. In today's video, we're talking Ripple versus the SEC and when will it end. So guys, without further ado, why don't we get to it? So guys, one thing that cannot be denied about this Ripple versus SEC lawsuit is that over the past few weeks, things have been heating up and big time. We just had Rosalind Layton from Forbes magazine make an application to the court under constitutional grounds that the him and emails should be released to the public. Now that's putting a major spotlight on Judge Annalisa Torres. And then we had David Schwartz go out and change the description on his Twitter account, causing a tremendous stir and speculation about how this case could actually come to settlement. And on top of that, of course, we got everybody calling, when will it end? Well, guys, just yesterday and today's two high-profile articles have come out answering that very question. And just take a look at the first one right here. Brad Garlinghouse says decision on XRP lawsuit expected this year, and that is as of March 2nd, 2023. Listen to what it says just down here. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse expects a resolution to the much talked about lawsuit with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission over XRP this year, according to a March 2nd interview with Bloomberg. It has been almost 2.5 years since that litigation began. We've tried to move forward as quickly as we possibly could, Garlinghouse said. The litigation was fully briefed in front of federal court, and we do expect a decision certainly in 2023. Garlinghouse stressed the importance of being thoughtful and getting things right, given that the lawsuit could have far-reaching impact on the entire cryptocurrency industry. Guys, a win for Ripple is a win for all digital assets. A win for XRP is a win for all digital assets. Guys, this would literally hamstring the SEC going after just everybody where there was no ICO, like in Ripple's case. There was no ICO whatsoever. And XRP has no distinction towards being a security. There's no investment contract for us as secondary buyers on the open market buying XRP. Ripple is beholden to us for absolutely nothing. We're not shareholders. We don't get dividends. We don't get proxy votes or anything like that. And guys, this decision is going to have mass, and not just now, but going forward, my belief is it's going to have lasting impacts. Just look at the Howey test. That's from way back in the 1940s. And here we are in 2023, and it's still having impacts today. So just think how this case is going to impact things. Further on, he says, he also explained the reason why more industry players rallied around Ripple over the past 2 years. So I think people have come to realize that the SEC bringing the case against Ripple was not really the case about Ripple or about XRP. It was really about how the SEC was playing offense and attacking the whole industry. Now that is widely understood. Well, of course it is. They're literally going after absolutely everything in this space, going after staking platforms, which in some cases perhaps they should, but at the same time going after stable coins where there's absolutely zero expectation of profit makes absolutely no sense. This is going to be pivotal for the whole industry, Garlinghouse stressed. The Ripple CEO says that the SEC is approaching crypto regulation in an unhealthy way. Yeah, no kidding, right? When I got first involved in the tech industry, some were saying that the internet in the late 1990s should be banned. As they were saying, here's how the internet is being used for illicit purposes, he recalled. However, The U.S. government chose to create a regulatory framework instead, which allows investors and entrepreneurs to look for benefits on a geopolitical basis, to have the Amazons and the Googles based and headquartered in the U.S. Guys, we don't want to go out there and have such regulation that it truly kills the industry here in North America. What we want is fair and balanced regulation that is going to cause the industry to thrive. And that's the way in which we should be going. Not regulation by enforcement, but actually getting teams of stakeholders together and working out and crafting great legislation that is going to allow innovation and invention to literally flourish in this space right here at home in the U.S. However, the U.S. government chose to create a regulatory framework instead. Oh, sorry, I already read that there. Any regulated framework has to start with clear protection for consumers, Garlinghouse says, and I agree. The Ripple case will set the stage for how crypto will be regulated in the US, and its outcome will be pivotal for the entire industry, no doubt. But guys, just take a look at this article right here. And this is Stuart Alderati, came out today, March 3rd, 2023. Ripple General Counsel says judge could release ruling by March end. And so here's Stuart Alderati. Stuart Alderati has again expressed the readiness of Ripple to go the distance to fight the SEC. Ripple General Counsel Stuart Alderati has suggested that the judge's ruling in the United States Securities and Exchange Commission case against Ripple could come as soon as the end of the month. The lawyer made this known in a Blockworks interview on Thursday. It aligns with an earlier prediction by attorney James K. Filan, a seasoned attorney who followed the case closely. Notably, more generous estimates from Ripple executives have placed the arrival of the ruling within the year's first half, so by the end of June. As highlighted by Alderati in the interview, the summary judgment could go three ways. For one, the judge could send the case to trial citing unresolved facts, an outcome that crypto law founder attorney John E. Deaton described as probable in recent months. Alternatively, Judge Annalisa Torres could rule in favor of the SEC's summary judgment motion, in which case Alderati asserted that Ripple would appeal, taking it from the appeal court to the Supreme Court if necessary. As he has previously alluded to, he is confident of a positive outcome for the blockchain payments company in the Supreme Court. Alderati explained this is because the Apex Court currently has a conservative majority opposed to big government. Recall that Deaton supported this sentiment by citing West Virginia versus Environmental Protection Agency. Lastly, the court could side with Ripple. In this instance, the firm could finally expand its business in the U.S., Alderati said. We would have this incredible business opportunity in the U.S. that is evergreen for us, the Ripple lawyer said. Guys, this is huge, huge news. And if we're going to see some kind of a decision made by the end of this month, we are going to see how far this goes. Now, having said that, if Ripple was to actually quote unquote lose and be fined, there's actually even a couple scenarios there. Number one, Ripple, the company, could be deemed that the first initial sales could be deemed as being security agreements, and as such, subject to a fine. Ripple would have to go out there and pay that fine. But as secondary market purchasers like you and I, those XRP could be determined as non-securities. Now, that's what played out in the library case. And what happened to library in one day? Bang, shot up 155%. And in fact, if there is a decision adverse to Ripple, most folks are saying that that's how they think it will go, that the secondary market sales will be deemed to be non-securities. And if library went up 155% one day, I'm telling you, Ripple has equal opportunity, if not more. And in my view, it could really cause the thing to take off. Now, guys, I want to show you one other article here because this one is a doozy. Just listen to this article here. The U.S. Security and Exchange Commission staff oppose Gary Gensler's crypto outlook. And is this a good sign for the XRP lawsuit? Listen to this. U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission Chair Gary Gensler is receiving heavy backlash over its probes launched against the crypto firm lately. However, attorney John Deaton, who is representing XRP holders in the US SEC versus Ripple lawsuit, made some huge claims against Gensler's active litigation. Eleanor Terrett, journalist for Fox News, reported that the SEC's latest statements about its digital asset enforcement cases, it stated that the agency is actively raising litigations that involve the applications of securities laws to digital assets. It added that its enforcement division has proven to be successful so far, and the commission is looking forward to the pending court decisions around crypto assets. To this, John Deaton in the XRP lawsuit claimed that he has been in talks with a couple of crypto firms that are facing active litigation with the US SEC. However, the commission's staff lawyers do not want to litigate all of these lawsuits. He further claims that many of the staff lawyers disagree with Gary Gensler's outlook toward the crypto industry. They believe that the resources are limited and extended in a way. Guys, are we seeing the cracks in the ship? Are we actually seeing a mutiny on the Bounty? Look, Gensler's heavy hand, as it's applied in this space, this guy's arrogance to come out with that kind of czar-like attitude, and he's going to dictate to the rest of us how it's going to be. Can you imagine having to work and answer for a guy like that? He'd be like, are you there? Are you there? Under his thumb constantly. And I'm telling you what, that just gets on people's nerves over and over, especially when you're a professional and you know your job and you know it well. And this guy is just a permanent bureaucrat placed there by his buddies up there in the Democratic Party in Wall Street, and just a puppet, practically with them pulling the strings. Well, how do you think that would feel for an employee? Eventually, guys, they don't tolerate it anymore and they start coming out. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if we start hearing leak after leak after leak. And I'll tell you what, let Congress actually pull Gary Gensler in front of them to face some of the music, and the heat's going to get too hot in that kitchen, and it's my guess that old Gary Gensler is going to be out of there. He's going to pack up shop and hightail it out of there, because look, no one is going to be able to hold this guy accountable. He's not going to face the music, guys. That's just been his MO for his entire career, and I don't expect anything different. But I'll tell you what, when I read articles like this one with Stuart Alderati talking about what can happen by the end of March, and I hear Brad Garlinghouse coming out saying the same thing over the last 2 days, and then I couple that with what just happened there with David Schwartz and his little hints that he was putting out, and you see all this other stuff going on, guys, I think we're getting really, really close, and it wouldn't be surprised to me if we see by the end of this month some sort of resolution and decision in this case. And my guess is, guys, it's going to come out in our favor. We're going to come out on top of this thing, because I'll tell you what, the powers that be, they truly know what's coming down the road. And my expectation is they don't want to be left in the dust while the rest of the world rushes forward and takes the field. And so I'm actually quite stoked to see what plays out. And I know that most of you out there are as well. And guys, we are just holding on, and it is going to be one heck of a ride. So guys, let's just take a few seconds and talk about our coaching program for those who don't know. With this major news and things heating up, it is going to be vitally important for you to have your plan in place. And what our coaching program is, that is where you and I can meet personally one-on-one for 1 hour over Zoom. And during that time, I share with you our personal journey in that last bull run and what enabled Judy and I to experience some major financial success. I share with you the mistakes we made so that you don't have to fall into the same pitfalls we did. We take a look at your portfolio and we make sure that it's balanced towards your goals. We also work together to help you develop your exit strategy, and we can even help you get your assets off an exchange and onto a hardware wallet, along with delivering to you some amazing techniques that will really help you in this space. Now, the cost of that is $250, and if that's something that interests you, you write me right there at coaching@thedigitaloutlook.com, and we'll get you all booked in. So guys, this is the video I have for you today, and I surely hope that you enjoyed it. Now, I want to invite you to join the conversation and drop your comments right down there in the comment section. Open it up to the community and start a discussion. Now, many of you know I'm not a financial advisor, and this isn't financial advice, but if you found value in it, if you'd hit that like and subscribe, I'd appreciate it. And hey, don't forget about hitting that notification bell down there, because as you know, things change in this space lickety split, and I like to get that information out to you as soon as possible. And on top of that, I don't want you missing out on any of our regularly released videos. Now, if you're one of the thousands of people who have been watching these videos but you haven't yet subscribed, would you do the channel a favor and join this community? We would really love to have you on board. So in the meantime and in between time, stay safe, be blessed, and I'll catch you in the next one.